Then God himself engraved each one of his commandments upon 2 tablets of stone, so the Israelites would not forget them. For several days and nights Moses remained on the mountainside, while God explained his laws and how the Israelites should behave, and how they should build an ark and a tabernacle in which to keep the tablets of the law. And after many days had passed, and Moses remained on the mountain, the people back in camp grew restless. Where was Moses, they wondered? Why has he not yet returned? More days passed, then weeks, with no sign of Moses, until the people thought he had abandoned them, and that God had left them as well. So they went to Moses' brother Aaron, and said, "Aaron, make us gods we can see, and thus believe in." So Aaron gathered their gold jewelry and bracelets, and melted them down, and fashioned a molten calf, smooth as polished stone. And the Israelites exclaimed, "These are our gods, who brought us out of the land of Egypt." Now after 40 days and 40 nights on Mount Sinai, Moses began his journey back to camp. He held in his hands the 2 tablets of the law, a gift to his people from God. When he'd reached the lower embankments of the mountain, he heard music from the Israelite camp and saw festal fires and people dancing. Then he saw the Israelites bowing before a towering altar upon which stood the golden calf. Moses' anger was uncontrollable. He cast the 2 tablets down upon the foot of the mountain, and they crashed in 1,000 shards. Then he smashed the golden calf from its pedestal, and ground the gold into a powder, and scattered it over the camp. "Why have you so disobeyed God's commandments, the very ones he has just given us? Now surely he will destroy us all." The people wept with fear like children, and hid their faces and begged for forgiveness. And the next morning Moses climbed the mountain once again, hoping to find favor with God and atone for the Israelites' sins. But on the mountain, God's anger burned hotly. He knew the Israelites were faithless. "Get your people away from my sight. Take them to the land I promised you. But I shall no longer go with them, lest I destroy them in my anger." Moses despaired at God's words. How could the people go through the harsh desert without their God? So Moses laid himself flat upon the ground and pleaded for his people, begging for God to go with them. At last, God's anger softened, and he agreed to go with the Israelites. But from now on, he would punish them if they disobeyed. God then told Moses to carve 2 new tablets of stone, on which he would again engrave his laws, and the covenant was once again restored.